Fear is a complex and natural emotion that has evolved as a survival mechanism. From a mindset point of view, it's important to understand how fear operates in the mind and how it can affect our thoughts, behaviors, and overall well-being. It's Aleksandra Minto here, an executive coach and mentor, and today I'm going to give you a breakdown of the psychology behind fear with some day-to-day examples some of us might be facing at some point in our life. If we go back in history, study the biographies and autobiographies of every individual who has accomplished anything of any consequence, we will find that although they might have disagreed on many points in life, without exception, they were all in complete agreement on one point, that we become what we think about. That is then a point that I believe should provoke us to ask some serious questions, like what is thought? How does thought have such a powerful impact on us? You see, I worked very closely with the greatest teachers on the subject of personal growth and development, and I've seen crazy, amazing results coming from individuals, including myself, the moment we shifted our thinking. I replaced my corporate income within 2 months when I started my own business without any previous business experience, without even a business plan or business cards. That was illogical to me back then. Then, 3 months later, I tripled my business profit and I have become one of my mentors, Proctor, top consultant worldwide. None of that made any sense to me. I had a paralyzing fear from public speaking and paralyzing fear when it came to sales of any nature. The things my mentor taught me are not taught anywhere, especially not in the mainstream education. Everything I did at the beginning of my journey as an entrepreneur was the opposite to what I was taught at business school, where I hold a degree in business management and economics. So if we really want to shift our results, we must understand this topic of fear, because fear is what stops most people from achieving what their heart truly desires. We need to understand that it is the ideas in our mind that cause our behavior to be as it is. Ideas are nothing but thoughts, or collection of thoughts brought together. Thought is energy. It is the most powerful form of energy, and energy is forever flowing to and through us, even right now as we speak. As we change our thinking, we alter the vibration we are in, which of course affects the way we feel. It seems like we can handle small incremental changes without too much difficulty. However, any big change causes our entire central nervous system to go awry. Whenever we think of making a dramatic change, anything out of norm, we are going to run head first into a wall of fear. And because in 99% of the case the person involved lacks an awareness of how the mind functions and why they are experiencing this fear, they retreat and go back to their comfortable, monotonous state. Napoleon Hill once called it a hypnotic rhythm, which refers to a mental state or mindset in which an individual becomes so deeply focused and committed to a specific goal or purpose that it becomes an ingrained part of their subconscious mind. This concept is closely related to the idea of auto-suggestion. We often then justify this behavior of retreating by convincing ourselves that it is safe and it's better to be safe than sorry. Although Napoleon Hill was talking about it in a positive manner, that can only happen if we have full control of our thinking. However, in most cases, people think about the things they fear or they don't want in their life. So guess what? Our subconscious mind, being a goal-oriented mechanism, focuses on the things we don't want, and that is exactly what we get. Frustration comes next, and then we start doubting our abilities. That is why it's so important to gain awareness around this topic, The moment I understood that some of my thoughts were acting as a survival mechanism, I moved forward like never before. When I changed my thoughts, my behavior changed, so did my results. We will now discuss few most common types of fear and what it does to an individual. Fear as a survival instinct is where fear has deep evolutionary roots and it is essential for our survival. It triggers the fight or flight response, which prepares the body to respond to threats. For example, if we encounter a wild animal while hiking, fear will activate our body to either confront the threat, fight, or escape, flight. Fear also can arise when we perceive a situation or an object as a potential threat. This perception can be influenced by past experiences, learned behaviors, or cultural factors. For example, if someone was bitten by a dog as a child, they may develop a fear of dogs, even if most dogs they encounter are friendly. Some fears are irrational and disproportional to the actual threat, and these are known as phobias. For example, some with arachnophobia may experience intense fear and anxiety when seeing a harmless spider, even though the spider poses no real danger. Fear also often arises when we face uncertainty or the unknown. Our minds may conjure worst-case scenarios leading to anxiety and fear. For example, starting a new job in an unfamiliar environment can trigger fear to the unknown. In addition, fear can be influenced by social and cultural factors. What is considered fearful or taboo in one culture may not be in another. For example, some cultures may fear certain animals, while others revere them as sacred. Fear can also elicit a strong emotional response, often accompanied by physical sensations such as racing heart, sweating, and trembling. These physical reactions prepare the body to respond quickly to perceived threats. Fear of failure is a common psychological fear that can hinder personal and professional growth. It can manifest as a mindset that avoids taking risks or trying new things due to the fear of not succeeding. For example, someone may not pursue their dream career because they fear they won't be good enough. Fear of rejection or criticism is another common one, and it can impact social interactions and self-esteem. People may avoid speaking up in meetings, making new friends, or pursuing romantic relationships due to the fear of being judged or rejected. Now, how can we overcome fear? Developing a growth mindset can definitely help us to do so. By viewing fear as an opportunity for growth and learning, we can challenge irrational fears, gradually desensitize ourselves to phobias, and embrace new experiences despite the fear of failure. My mentor used to say that fear and growth goes hand in hand. So when fear shows up and it's not a physical threat, just welcome it. You're about to do something you've never done before. And isn't it life all about new experiences and growth? There are certain practices such as meditation which can help us manage fear by bringing awareness to our thoughts and bodily sensations. My personal journey in this area has helped me to respond to fear more skillfully, reducing its grip on my mindset, which then showed up in my crazy, amazing results. In summary, fear is a complex emotion that serves as a protective mechanism, but can also be a hindrance when it becomes irrational or overwhelming. Understanding the psychology behind fear and developing a mindful approach to managing it can empower us to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and courage. Because of the complexity of this emotion, but also the importance of understanding it properly, as it does sabotage our success, I have created a workshop about this topic. If this is something you would like to gain full understanding, join our free masterclass. We will go through visual graphs and we'll break down each stage of experiencing fear with practical mindset tools to overcome it. Link below this video to register. As always, thank you so much for watching. Any comments or questions are welcome. And please consider subscribing to learn more about the entrepreneurship and prosperity mindset. See you next time.